There are anime that entertain you, there are anime that hype you, and then there are anime that change you. And when Tokyo Ghoul first aired in 2014, it didn't just drop into the anime scene. It detonated. Season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul wasn't just popular. It was an emotional experience, a psychological descent, a tragedy disguised as a horror series, and somehow, it made us root for a monster. So why was it so good? Let's break it down. The premise was instantly gripping. The concept is simple but genius. Ghouls look exactly like humans. They live among us, and they can only survive by eating human flesh. That alone creates paranoia. But instead of following a ghoul, we follow a normal college student. Ken Kaneki isn't a warrior. He's not edgy. He's not special. He's awkward, soft-spoken, loves books. And in one brutal night, his world ends. After a date with Rise Kamishiro goes wrong, Kaneki survives an attack, only to wake up as something he fears. Half human, half ghoul. And that transformation isn't cool. It's horrifying. He can't eat normal food. He throws up everything. He smells humans differently. He hears things differently. The show forces you to sit inside that discomfort. That realism is what hooked people. It wasn't just gore, it was identity horror. A lot of anime use violence for shock value. Tokyo Ghoul used violence to explore identity. Kaneki's real struggle isn't fighting investigators, it's this. Am I still human? Season 1 constantly asks uncomfortable questions. If survival requires cruelty, are you evil? If society labels you a monster, do you become one? Who are you when your morality and biology are at war? The ghoul versus human conflict mirrors real-world alienation. Outcasts, minorities, people who don't fit. That's why it resonated so deeply with teenagers and young adults. Kaneki wasn't just fighting ghouls or the CCG, he was fighting himself. The atmosphere was suffocating in the best way. Visually, Season 1 had a distinct tone. Muted color palettes, heavy shadows, rain-soaked streets, quiet cafes. The world felt cold, claustrophobic, and the soundtrack amplified everything. When Unravel by TK from Ling Toside Segura starts playing, you don't skip it, you feel it. That opening wasn't just music, it was emotional foreshadowing. The trembling vocals, the chaotic instrumentals, the lyrics about losing yourself. It perfectly captured Kaneki's psychological collapse. Even people who never finished the show remember that song. That's cultural impact. The villains were terrifying. But Human Season 1 didn't rely on generic evil. Take Yamori, also known as Jason. He's sadistic, unpredictable, genuinely disturbing. But he's also a product of ghoul society's brutality. The show blurs the line constantly. The CCG investigators aren't purely good. The ghouls aren't purely evil. And that moral ambiguity made every confrontation tense. You never felt safe. That final episode changed everything. Let's talk about it. The torture scene. Kaneki counting backwards from 1,000. The hallucination with Rise. The acceptance of his ghoul side. And then, the white hair, the calm smile, the shift. When Kaneki says he's done being weak, it's not a power-up moment, it's a psychological break. He doesn't overcome trauma, he fractures. And that's what made it powerful. Anime protagonists usually get stronger through friendship or determination. Kaneki got stronger through suffering. And that final walk, carrying Jason's body, while Unravel plays. That scene is burned into anime history. It captured a generation. Season 1 dropped at the perfect time. 2014 anime culture was exploding globally. Dark, edgy, psychological series were rising. And Tokyo Ghoul became the aesthetic. White hair edits, sad anime quotes. Tumblr AMVs, YouTube compilations. Kaneki's mask became iconic. It wasn't just an anime, it was a vibe. Imperfect, but focused, yes. The manga by Sui Ishida is deeper. Yes, later seasons were controversial, but Season 1 told a tight, emotionally coherent story. It had clear thematic focus, strong character arc, memorable antagonist, emotional climax. It knew exactly what it wanted to say, and it said it with style. Tokyo Ghoul Season 1 worked because it wasn't about monsters. It was about identity, loneliness, rejection, and what happens when the world forces you to become something you never wanted to be. Kaneki's story hurt, and sometimes the stories that hurt the most stay with us the longest.